Alright fellas, here we are back in Pokemon Masters. So, Lorelei and Cloyster, they're going to be dropping tomorrow, should be, yeah, tomorrow. With the Trainer Files Kanto Elite 4 Part 1 event. I'm going to guess that maybe next month or something like that, we're going to get the Trainer Files Kanto Elite 4 Part 2, which will probably have Agatha and Lance, which Lance is cool. Agatha could be cool, depending on the sync pair, but whatever. So, we're going to look at Lorelei and Cloyster here. Is she worth summoning for? Short answer, hell no. God no, please don't. Long answer, no with a period at the end, okay? But yeah, let's go ahead, look over their kit. If you want to summon for her or whatever and you want to ignore what I'm saying, that's fine, of course. Lorelei may be your favorite character. I wanted a good Lorelei, but even I personally, as like a little bit of a Lorelei fan, don't really want to go for this. So, whatever, let's go over here. So, 600 HP. She's a support ice type, of course. Variety Scout unit, that's a big one. Variety Scout. Obviously she still has the EX, which is nice, of course. Again, 600 HP, 300 defense, 282 special defense, so really solid defensive stats. 282 speed, okay speed tier. HP is a little bit on the lower side, I want to say, but it's not bad. Definitely not bad for sure. So, she's got no quarter, which maximizes multi-hit moves to hit all 5 times. Recharging Strike 4, 50% chance of recharging the user's gauge, meaning, you know, moves hitting 5 times, you're going to restore probably around 2 gauges on average. Restoring Strike 2, 30% chance of restoring user's HP when its attack moves hits, and of course Multi-Strike activates it multiple times, so she can, you know, about on average 1 to 2 procs of this can, you know, heal a little bit of HP each turn. Of course, you got to use Icicle Spear in order to actually do that, though, which could be a problem if you're wanting to actually support with your support unit. Anyway, so she's got X Attack All, Icicle Spear, of course, Protect, 4 damage, Guard, so, you know, basic stuff so far. And then she's got her Trainer move, which raises the defense of all allied sync pairs by 4, and raises the crit of all allies by 2, and applies the Endurance effect to all allies. Endurance to everybody is pretty strong. It's like, you know, safety tether and whatnot. That's not bad, for sure. And the defense for all allies is nice, and the crit is nice, but I hate that she does not max it. I really do hate that, but I'm not gonna say anything bad. It's fine. It's not a bad ability. If you're gonna go for just one copy, I would say honestly she's definitely still not worth it, because like at 1 out of 5 this is not enough to justify summoning for a unit, because in the very short end of it, all you're getting is some health sustainability and gauge sustainability, a little bit, not that much, but a little bit. Attack buffs, defense buffs, and not max crit buffs. So that's pretty much in like the short term all you get with Lorelei here, which you can get basically all of this with Sonya. You just can't get endurance. Sorry, you just can't get endurance with Sonya, but that's made up for it by the fact that she has speed buffs for allies. She's able to max crit, max attack, max defense. Of course, she needs an NPR, but it's pretty easy to get an NPR with her, and you're generally running that on her moveset anyway. She's able to debuff defense. Like, she does more than Lorelei does here, and she's a general pool unit. Which, that's one of the big things about these Variety Scouts, is they treat these Variety Scout units as if they were general pool tier units, even though they're a limited banner, at least for the time being. Because they did say Variety Scout units may return in the future in a form that is not a Variety Scout. At least I believe that's what they said whenever we got Lyra, Chris, and Lucas. But so far that's not happened, so they're still limited units, and I'm going to continue to treat them as such, because I think that these units, with being limited, should live up to the at least the level of like a Pokefair or a seasonal unit. But in my opinion, so far, Lorelei does not. Maybe a lower tier seasonal, like, I hate to say it, but like Palatine's Elisa. Palatine's Elisa is a solid seasonal, but nothing crazy. That's what Lorelei is, in my opinion. She's on that same kind of level. But looking at her grid here, 1 out of 5, nothing. Pretty much just some stats and whatnot. 2 out of 5, she gets X Attack All NPR, Trainer Move NPR, Protect Move Gauge Refresh. You know, she doesn't even get NPR on Protect here at all. Hasty Hail, which I don't know why you're running her in Hail anyway. You got Tripping Strike 1, 20% chance to lower speed of all enemies, or of the target speed. Yeah, target enemy. Not that great, 20% chance. You may activate it once, but there, with a 20% chance each strike, you're trying to roll that 20% chance, there's a solid chance you won't even hit it in all 5 times. There's a pretty solid chance of that. So really, it's not that great. X attack all fleet feet 1, so you're able to get speed buffs, which is nice. You're not able to max them, but you can get them, so there's that. Punishing strike 1, 20% chance to lower defense. Again, same thing with speed. I would say, honestly, on average, you may get 1 to 2 speed or defensive debuffs, like, every 2 times you use Icicle Spear. So 10 total times using Icicle Spear, you may get 1 to 2 defense or speed debuffs, which is not that great. Vigilance, which is fine, though honestly I just get it as the lucky skill. Healthy healing, same thing as the lucky skill, I guess. Team Mighty Sync 9, able to increase physical moves next by 1 after using the user sync move, which is solid for a support unit, you know, support EX and whatnot. Emergency Barrier, applies physical damage reduction whenever she's in a pinch, which is not bad. And then initial synchro healing, and its X attack all shielded 1 in first aid 4, I guess. So, looking at her grid, the only major things I'd say that she gets is Team Mighty Sync 9. And that's like it. I mean, she gets first aid 4 for sustainability on healing, which is nice. And you can combine that with Emergency Barrier here to activate that and then heal yourself up a little bit, which definitely can be nice. You know, get down to that low HP threshold, get the physical damage reduction, heal yourself back up, and you're good for those few turns where you're going to have that physical damage reduction, assuming you're fighting a physical attacking enemy for the most part. And then X attack all shielded 1, so you're able to actually max your defense without NPR, which is nice. But honestly, you probably want to go for NPR anyway if you're going to try and max crit. But overall, looking at all that Lorelei can do, even at 3 out of 5, remember, this is 3 dupes of a limited unit, so you would have to summon and get all 3 copies. You can't really get them later, or you would have to candy her, which, as a variety set unit, I would say, in terms of sheer value, not worth it, right? But looking at all the stuff she's able to get, only thing she really gets that's major in her grid is the physical moves next on her sync move for all allies, which is once only. First aid 4 for healing and emergency barrier, which that does not, in my opinion, like justify her being such a limited unit, right? Like that is not a great ability to have. Like it's not anything super valuable, like at all, which I think is just not that great. Like these are variety scout units. These are limited units. You're supposed to have, you know, you're supposed to have stuff that's making these units look valuable, but literally, in my opinion, they're just doing stuff that's on the same tier of free-to-play units. Like, compare Lorelei here to, like, Lodge Morty. I would say Lodge Morty is still in the same tier of character. Is Lorelei as good as a support? Yeah, she's got 300 base defense here, 268 special defense, 500 some HP. She's got healing and defensive buffs and whatnot, so she's going to be pretty bulky. But, like, again, let's go to the Morty example. Lodge Morty. He's doing a lot himself. He's able to max special attack. He's able to buff his evasion. He's able to buff speed and crit and max them with an NPR. You know, buff speed even more. He got first aid 4 for healing. Morty's able to do, like, a lot. He's a free-to-play unit. Lorelei's able to do a lot as well, but she's a limited unit. There's a big difference in those 2 tiers. Compare her to, like, Classic Giovanni, who, in my opinion, is better just due to being able to buff offenses super quickly and buff critical hit rate super quickly, and then he's got flinches with bite, you know, he's got move gauge acceleration with panic button. He's got a little bit more than he's got quite a bit to him, which is gonna make him good, and he's a free-to-play unit. Lorelei, again, limited unit. Why? That's why I hate variety scouts, dude. They don't make the units worthwhile enough. Like, if Lorelei here was a general pool unit, I'd say she's fine. She's not bad. She's not really that great, but she's fine. She's solid enough. Solid enough as a unit. You can definitely use her in places. She's not bad. But she's not. She's a variety scout unit. She's a limited unit, and she's not worth it. Don't even have to go over the other units you should be summoning for. Literally, any of the other special costume units or Victor are better value, in my opinion, than Lorelei. Literally any of them. You could also spend 7,500 gems, paid gems, and get her, you know, 1 copy as well. You could just do that instead as well. That's an option. But just in certain, I just don't recommend you summon anyway. Lorelei, in my opinion, is not valuable enough. She's a solid unit, solid enough unit, but she's nowhere near the tier of any of these other limited units releasing this month. In my opinion, she's probably, and I would say she's probably the worst new limited unit this month. I'd say Bruno is honestly probably a bit better, but yeah, I'd say Lorelei is probably the worst new unit to release this month for sure. These variety scout units are just not that great. They're not up to par. It's pretty upsetting, honestly, because I would want a new top tier Lorelei character. Prefer would have been like a Sickness Suit or something, but no, it's a Variety Scout, but whatever, can't do much about that. But yeah, overall, Lorelei, not all that valuable. Go for one of the special costume units, or Sickness Suit Assuming's rerun coming up, or the special costume rerun coming up. I'd say honestly those are quite a bit more valuable. Quite a bit more valuable than Lorelei is, so oh well. I don't have much else to say here. I really don't. Lorelei, solid enough unit, but Variety Scouts suck. Variety Scouts suck, that's it. So, yeah. Bottom line, don't summon for Lorelei unless she's like your favorite character, or Cloyster's like your favorite Pokemon or whatever, then go for it, I guess. But other than that, definitely don't recommend any summon. Summon for something else, and yeah. I'm gonna end the video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you later.